this episode, we search for the ideal car for a 19-year-old.
Single cab bakkies from Ford and Nissan come under the spotlight.
And we consider whether it's time to cut losses on a used Renault Capture.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Guide. Every week we try to provide you with useful advice, whether it relates to buying, selling or maintaining a vehicle. If you have a question for the team, you can send an email to buyersguide@ignitiontv.co.za and contain as much information as possible, please, as well as a picture of yourself.
And joining us in studio to help resolve those troubling automotive issues are Alan Rosenmeyer from Motor Matters and Obi Mokadetwa from Eagle Ford. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into our first question, which comes from 19-year-old Tobacco. He's looking for a reliable first car within a 300,000 Rand budget. They've shortlisted the 2024 Kia Rio 1.4 LS and the Toyota Starlet, but need guidance on which offers better long-term reliability. Okay, gentlemen, before you answer that for me, 300K, that's a new car budget. So what would your advice be, Alan?
Okay, as you just said, why buy a used car at that budget when you're looking there? That was my first feeling. Starlet, depending on which model he wants, and he didn't say one thing, is whether he wants manual or automatic, because there is quite a big difference there. But you can get into Starlets from just over 250, 258 I think is the entry price. So he's got a lot of room over there to actually play with his 300,000 budget. The Kia Rio, the 2024 model he mentions, I don't know, you can get for about 280 for a manual, and I found about 320 for autos. But personally, I would be buying new right now if I was him.
Obi?
Yeah, look, the two models, absolutely nothing wrong with them. What I added on was a Suzuki Baleno, a GLX. You can pick up a demo, even new, in the region of about 300K. So he's on the right track for long-term reliability, which is what he wants.
You know, for me, I'd put him in a Suzuki Swift automatic as well at that. The new Suzuki Swift automatic you'd get at about 295.
Less than that. GLX, I think, is about 275, 280. Yeah,
280.
So, brilliant buy,
Why buy second-hand when you get all the warranties and everything with buying new? Well, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Mr. Ford?
I've got no arguments with that because, I mean, he's chosen two good cars, as we've said, and I think it's a preference thing. What do you prefer? Suzuki Baleno and Toyota Starlet, same car, just different badging. So whichever. And I think the Suzuki comes with a better maintenance plan or something. Am I right, Obi?
Yes, it's a 4-year 60.
460, as opposed to a 345, I think.
Correct.
And also the warranty. You get the 5-year 200 warranty on the Suzukis. And I think
less on Toyota.
Yeah, correct.
100 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a little bit benefits that you can get buying the Suzuki. The Kia Rio is a great car, although they've stopped making them here locally. So, but I would go for the Suzuki Baleno or the Starlet purely because it's a slightly bigger car and you can throw a bit more stuff into it. The Suzuki Swift is also a great option, but it's small. Okay, I'm going to move on to our next question, which comes from Rian, the owner of a 2017 Toyota Corolla Prestige 1.6 manual. He bought that car new. With the service plan recently ending, he's torn between selling it or waiting for used car prices to drop. He's interested in buying a used Mazda 3 sedan. Now, Obi, I mean, why would you want to flog a car just because it's got out of its service plan?
Especially when it's
Toyota.
Yeah. But I understand what he's talking about when he says he wants to flog it for a Mazda 3. The Mazda 3 is a much more fun car than what a Corolla is, let's be honest. But my advice to him is that he needs to flog it now because they stopped making those Mazda 3 sedans. So if he waits longer, he's going to get one that's long in the tooth.
Yeah.
So he might as well do it now and get one of the last ones that were made and get lower mileage. And if he's going to trade in his car, look, he didn't say exactly which model it is, but I'm assuming that he'll get probably about 140, 150 for his trade-in. And to put it in as a deposit, he'll get a better car.
There's another car I would throw in if you're looking for a sedan, and that's the Honda Civic.
Yeah.
The Honda Civic RS is such a underrated car to buy. Super car to drive, really well put together. I'm not saying the Mazda 3 is bad, but if you want something with a bit more power, that Honda is absolutely stunning.
That 1.5 turbo engine. It's really.
It's just you don't see enough of them on the road.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, Honda, can you tell everybody you got a damn good car out there? You know, like there's marketing, advertising, things like that you can do to sell those things. But anyway, the Mazda 3 is
And
great.
it started, guys.
Yeah.
Adam is on his.
It's frustrating.
It started.
People have got such
Especially Honda.
damn good cars, and they don't want to advertise it.
Segi, they haven't got a Mitsubishi that can compete. Sorry.
Yeah, no, they haven't. But you know something?
Yeah.
It's with the Mazda as well. They need a marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mazdas are such good cars.
Yeah.
But you know, guys, for me, I've got a 2017 Toyota Corolla Prestige 1.6 manual. It's been serviced to the dealers. It's only ever had that done. Why would I even think of selling it for a second-hand car I know nothing about?
The Corolla is a great car, and I hear what you're saying. I mean, it's not a bad option. But if you're going to move up to another sedan, Mazda 3
Mazda 3
sedan
is
is fantastic.
excellent, yeah.
But look at the Honda Civic RS.
Yeah.
I think it'd be very impressive. And I've seen some really good deals. The list price like 700
Yeah.
grand. But oh no, hang on a sec, you can buy it brand new for 520 or whatever it is. You know. So have
What
a
he
look at it.
didn't say, though, was what his budget is to do this.
Yes.
So I wasn't quite sure if he's not wanting to put in a decent, quite
Amount
a big
of money,
amount
yes.
of money, where is he going with this? Because he's not going to get newer than a 2019 Mazda 3. And then
yeah.
that kind of the whole thing of the service plan falls away.
Falls away, exactly.
What you're saying is so important because, like we often say in the beginning of the show, please, guys, give us as much information as possible. Give us your budget, or give us what you want to spend on a monthly basis if you're going to want to buy a car, because that helps us really to put you into the right bracket there. Okay. Welcome back to Buyer's Guide. Freddie from Mpumalanga recently bought a BMW 320 diesel, and he's now looking to purchase a single cab bakkie for occasional use, preferably cash he wants to spend. He's considering a 2015 Ranger or a Nissan NP300 and would appreciate advice on which one would be a better option for reliability and value. Obi,
I'm obviously going to go for the Ford, but the NP300 is also a very great bakkie. He touched on reliability and longevity, and for me, both cars have it. But for better ride quality, for better
driver experience.
driver experience, that's the word I'm looking for, I would go for the Ford Ranger.
Yeah. More comfortable,
Yeah.
nicer to drive. Depends what you want to use it for. If you're going to just like use it every now and then to dump the garden rubbish or move a bit of building stuff or whatever, MP300, solid, reliable, but very basic, very, very basic. If you want something that you're going to drive more for yourself and on use on the weekends, the Ranger is the way to go. Alan, what would you say?
The thing about those two, now the NP300, of course, got that stigma with the safety factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw it in there.
Don't crash it.
Yeah. But where he will benefit is it hammered the prices.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to pick up an NP300 way cheaper than a Ranger.
And later.
For example. I mean, just for example, I found 2015 Rangers anywhere from 150 to 250,000 Rand.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say there are plenty of them online wherever you look. Whereas I found a 2016 NP300 for 170.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of difference in the values. The engine's bulletproof, we know.
Yeah.
So you have no issue with that one. I agree with you, ride comfort. I mean, the Rangers have always been way ahead. There's no doubt on that point. But he's saying for occasional use.
Yeah.
I would
What's the
save.
occasional use, though?
Yeah.
I mean, is it to go on holiday with and, you know...
Well,
or
he's
is it
got the
just to move-
320 diesel. I'm sure that's his car for holidays. So if it is genuinely for occasional use, I would save that 50-odd grand. That is plenty of money in the kitty for maintenance, repairs, or whatever else you need. And I would go, in this particular case, with the NP.
Yeah.
The NP300, and it was Adam who convinced me of this. It's got an older engine in it. It's bulletproof. And I've not seen too many of the Japanese vehicles, gearboxes and engines fail just because they choose to fail.
Basically, that bakkie is a chassis with an engine, a gearbox, and a thing thrown on top of it.
Yes.
That's literally what it is. There's not a lot to go wrong with it.
No, it's not a lot. And I
is a
don't
good
mind.
thing.
I don't mind the comfort factor because I'm going to get home anyway. You know.
I mean, that's
So-
the thing. Yeah. They are more reliable long term. So, what do you want? Do you want comfort
Yeah.
and better looking, or do you want like bulletproof? I suppose that's what you're going to look at.
Okay, right. Our next question is from Caleb. He's seeking a spacious, reliable vehicle for his growing family of 4. He's looking for plenty of space to accommodate both newborn essentials and his older children's sports gear. With a maximum budget of 700,000 Rand, his shortlist includes the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max, VW Tiguan All Space, and Kia Sportage. Which is the best buy? Obi, throw something in there, in that budget, from your brand.
So,
Sure you got something.
yeah, no, from my brand, I've got a Ford Everest, the 2-litre XLT. Phenomenal vehicle. It'll deliver all what he requires in terms of space.
It's bigger than all these vehicles as well, isn't it?
It is. It is. Space, service and warranties are great on them. Spec, it's got all the spec that you would need. And one other vehicle that I threw in would have been a Mitsubishi Pajero Sport.
Sorry, say that again?
Mitsubishi
say that again?
Sport. Yeah, like a 24, 25 demo.
Yeah?
Also lovely vehicles with the space. I mean, he's got family and he obviously needs and requires space and comfort for road trips and long journeys, as he says, is a priority to him. So we've got to put him in something that he's going to be comfortable in, open roads and that sort of thing.
My son's cricket kit took up the entire
Back of the
back
Kia
of the
Picanto.
my
Kia Picanto, yeah.
no my Pajero my oldest Pajero, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
But
ask Alan here.
it's because of it's exactly the car
Yeah.
he should get.
Tiggo Pro Max.
Okay. Before we go there, how come you didn't mention the territory?
I know I was going to go there.
Brand new territory.
I didn't
Top
want to.
spec.
I didn't want to put all my product line on. So,
Okay. Of the ones he mentions here,
Yes.
and I'm going to start there, one stands out, and I'll tell you why, is the Tiguan All Space, the VW Tiguan All Space.
Because of that lovely DSG gearbox.
Okay, I'm not going there at the moment, but VW, for example, the All Space, the nice thing about that, and the Tiggo 8's coming to the same factor. Although it's so-called 7-seater, it's a 5-seater with a gigantic boot.
Yes.
And I like to look at them that way. And that kind of takes the Kia Sportage out for me as a choice
Not as
for him.
spacious, yeah.
It's not as spacious.
Yeah.
So I would kind of say that.
I think the Tiggo Pro 8 is most probably the most impressive one in the
Yeah.
package. Value for money, and lots of features on it, and it is spacious, drives nice. I know quite a lot of these cars from clients of mine who bought them who've given them zero trouble. When I say zero trouble, I mean zero trouble. The Tiguan All Space, a fantastic car to drive, but 5 to 8 years, when it's out of its warranty, seriously expensive to maintain.
Okay.
That's what I would be concerned about with there. I also like the Ford Territory. The Territory is really good. Everest is superb as well, but the Territory is very spacious. It's most probably just as big as a Fortuner, but not as high in terms of space.
Yeah.
Lots of space and stuff like that. Territory is a great look at. Tiggo Pro Max is something I would say, go and have a look at. Even, you say 1 year old, but you can buy brand new in your 600,000 to 700,000 Rand budget. You can buy the Territory brand new in that budget. Your Everest is not going to come into that budget unless it's demo used model.
and XLT, the entry level.
Yeah, the entry level. So if you want features and stuff like that, have a look at the Ford Territory. Had one on test a couple of months ago. Really impressed me. I thought it was a superb, good value for money option. And they got some good deals out. I'm sure Obi's got some good deals on that at Eagle Ford. And then the Tiggo Pro Max, buy it brand new because you're also getting, you can extend those warranties. I think they're 5 years, 150,000 kilometers.
5 year, and then you got that 10-year, 1
Engine
million for the drivetrain for the first owner.
Yeah.
So absolutely from that point of view.
Kia Sportage, too small.
Too small, yeah.
The VW Tiguan All Space, I'm hesitant in terms of future reliability with them, especially with the gearboxes, and it can have some engine problems. So,
But I must say, Obi, you came up with a brilliant suggestion on the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport.
yeah, it's also a great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great option as well.
You're welcome back, eh?
Yeah. So have a look at the Pajero Sport as well, and you can throw in there. Also a superb product. Okay.
Hello and thank you for tuning in to Buyer's Guide. 25-year-old Tumelo has bought a 2015 Renault Captur 7 months ago. Since then, he's dealt with a coolant leak, which is now fixed, and a cracked gearbox, which is currently being repaired. He's now questioning whether the car was a wise purchase, or if you should consider returning it and looking for a more reliable alternative. Straight answer, yes, absolutely.
Yes, move on.
Yeah, let's go on now.
The thing about the Captures is I'm seeing less and less and less and less of them on the roads. Because you know what's happening with them?
They're heading to the dump.
Yep.
Scrapyard.
It's 100% because they are, they're relatively
expensive.
cheap cars. I think they were nice in their day, but they don't have long-term reliability. Starting to fail, expensive to maintain, they end up getting dumped. So the question the answer to your question would be, Alan?
No, the only question I'm going to ask is, he says if you should consider returning it. Now, he's had it for 7 months, which means the CPA covers you for six, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what he means by returning it.
Maybe sell it off and buy something else.
Get out of it. That's my feeling.
The problem is if it's financed, it's a big problem.
Well, yeah.
Because OB, it's going to take him like 2 years before he even gets close to his...
100%.
Yeah.
And in 2 years' time, that thing will have depreciated so much that he needs to wait another 2 years.
If it's still driving
Yeah.
in 2 years' time, if it's still on the road.
Yeah.
But if he has any way of getting out of it,
Yeah.
that's it.
No, I think everyone is on the same page here with, getting rid of the vehicle. 7 months later, you're dealing with such issues. For me, is take it back to the dealer. Again, I always emphasize on sitting around the table with the dealer and working out a deal that's sorting out a deal amicably with the dealership, because they'll give you different options where other dealers where you didn't buy the vehicle from won't give you those options.
Yes.
So go back to the dealer, sit with them, and they will probably work out a better deal than anybody else.
Maybe he didn't even buy it from a dealer because he didn't say where he got it from.
Yeah.
So he could have bought it online or from a mate or whatever.
Yeah.
So either way, the thing, if you finance it, there's a big problem. Because you need to cancel your debt that you owe the bank. So let's say you owe the bank 150,000 Rand and the car's only worth 100,000 Rand. There's a 50,000 Rand shortfall, which is a big, big problem.
Yeah.
So you've got to look at the financial side of things. If you bought it cash, try and flog it yourself privately, or like Obi quite rightly says, take it back to the dealer if you bought it from a dealer and see if they'll help you with that, trading it in on something else. A car with a water leak, it happens to lots of cars. So that's not a serious problem. But you've got a crack in your gearbox, that's what you say. What was the cause from?
He didn't say whether it's automatic or manual, hey?
Yeah, no, it's
No, he
manual.
says manual.
It's
So
manual.
is there an oil leak? Did you drive over something and damage it? It's not the car's fault. What are the problems here? But your question basically was, do I get rid of it and buy another car? And my advice would be definitely yes.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely yes, yeah.
If he's bought from a reputable dealership,
Yeah.
even though it's 7 months now, he's obviously had these problems ongoing.
Ongoing, yeah.
So from earlier on, because they have repaired the one issue, etc. So a reputable dealership, I'm sure, will try and help him as best they can.
Well, take it Obi's advice. And if you can get that done, maybe you take it back and say, look, I don't like the car. I want another car. What have you got to can trade in and give me a decent deal on, and just make sure they don't sell you,
Another one in this state.
Yeah. when you have cars that have got water leaks, these things can happen. Maybe a hose leaks or whatever. This car had 150,000 kilometers on it. So what? Fix it, move on. Gearbox problems can be a lot more expensive. You don't know what's going to come on. And I can tell you with these cars, there are going to be lots of other things. So definitely move on. Try and find something that's more Asian. So Korean cars.
Japanese.
Even if I say Chinese cars, are a lot more reliable than some of these. Okay, we're going to end off things with a question from Bongani. And he's struggling with a 4,700 Rand monthly installment on a car financed for 215,000 Rand. Despite earlier hopes of a reduced payment, his financial strain continues. His trading revealed a shortfall of 40,000 Rand. He's now looking to downgrade to a car at around 100,000 Rand, aiming for a total financial amount of up to 150,000 Rand and a lower monthly installment of about 2,700 Rand. Now, I want to know what's the best way forward. Obi, maybe you can help us with this. It's a financial problem, not a car problem.
Yeah, it's not a car problem, it's a financial problem. Now, the problem is the shortfall on its own, taking it and putting it on
Another car, 100,000 Rand car.
that already throws you out. And that's jumping from the pot onto the fire.
Yeah.
Because your installment is going to be slightly more, and you're going to finance it over a longer term. So for me, I would say stay where you are and try bear it for as long as you can, because you're going to start a new contract, which is you're hoping to go less in terms of installment, and you'll never get there. You'll never get there.
You know, I just feel sorry for Bongani because he believed the banks when they said there's a possible installment reduction. I've yet to find a bank that's going to give me a possible installment reduction.
Well, sometimes what they do is they'll say to you, okay, so you've got, we don't know how long Bongani's had the car. He could have had it for 6 months, he could have had it for 2 years. But if you've had it for a longer period of time, sometimes what they'll do is they say, okay, let's restructure that finance plan. So you financed it over 5 years, you've now paid for 2 years, so let's structure it over, extend it for another 5-year period to bring your payment down. The problem with that is that you are indebted for life. You know, you're just like paying and paying and paying and paying and paying. And it's difficult now as well, is if you can't get the money back for the car, you can't just like dump it back onto the finance house and say, take your car back, cancel the deal, whatever, because you're going to be liable for that. And then you won't get finance again. So it's a big problem. It's best to chat to the bank first to see how they can accommodate you on that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think in his circumstances, although you said you're indebted for life, I would refinance it over as long a period as I can to bring the payments down, and do it that way, and keep it's he financed 215. It's a decent car, hopefully. At 100,000 rand, what you're going to get? Yeah, sorry to say, in today's world.
Yeah, you're right.
And the other thing is, what bank is going to finance a 100,000 rand car over? He's looking at a 5 to 6 year finance period for those payments
with the shortfall.
With a shortfall, the chance either they won't finance it at all, or they're going to give him some kind of stupid interest rate.
Yeah.
So
or they're going to repo his car.
Yeah. So he's going to go backwards.
Like Segi says, if they repossess the car, here's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you may just say, okay, well, take the car back. I'm not paying you anymore, and I'm happy with that. But no, what will happen is they will come after you for the shortfall, and you will get blacklisted, so you won't be able to finance another car. So, it really makes it worse. So the best thing is to try and sit down with the bank and see how they can accommodate you in getting a better deal. This is the important thing, I think, when you're going out to finance a car, when you're buying it. Really, don't get too excited about the fancy new car that Obi's going to sell you. Rather look at how much is it going to pay. Can I afford this? I mean, I know circumstances change. You've got a great job now, the company closes down in a year's time. You can't predict what's going to happen. You lose your job, things like that. But try, go to the bank and sit down with them and see if you can accommodate it.
Okay, and with that and the harbinger of doom, we've come to the end of this week's show. Thank you, Alan and Obi, for joining us, for all your useful advice. Thank you, guys.
As always. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Great to have you here. Until next time, please buckle up, stay safe on the roads, and don't drive like a chop.